Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Ells. Happy day. So what I'm going to do for this lesson is I'm going to go through all the warm-up procedures that we do in my class, every lesson and every orchestra rehearsal. So we'll start from, and this is good for parents too. This is what we do every time we have a lesson, or when we're in orchestra. So what I'm going to do with the violin first, and we want to make sure we take out our instruments. So this is my violin. It's going to look a little different from home, everyone. So this is my fancy violin. This is the one without the tapes. But I may switch back and forth. So this is my violin from home. I call it my tiger stripe one. As you can see, look, it's got a tiger stripe. And I put on my shoulder rest. But the first thing I want you to do every time you take out your instrument, okay, is we take it out from the case. All right, like that, like so, whichever case you have. And then we're going to put on your sponge or your shoulder rest. So I only have shoulder rests at home, so I'm just going to demonstrate in case you do have one and you kind of forgot how to do it and I'm not there in person to help you. So the shoulder rests I call these the feet. So there are 2 feet, okay, and we want to make sure, see these little curvy parts right here, that they face each other. All right, and then if you look on the opposite side, okay, this is the tall part, and I call this the dippy part. This is what I call it in school. All right, so what we want to do is we want to take the dippy part, and I take the foot here, and then I'm going to take my violin or viola. I have one of those too. Take the viola or violin, and I'm going to hold it up this way. You can put it on your lap, but I'm going to do it this way to demonstrate. And then the dippy part goes underneath the chin rest. Okay, so I'm going to tilt the part with the chin rest on it. This is right underneath. I'm going to put my one foot, and I'm going to lock it a little bit so that it's secure. I'm going to always keep one hand on my violin, right on the fingerboard and the neck. Okay, and I want to keep a good hold of it so that it doesn't fall. I'm going to be very careful. All right, and then I'm going to swing out my bottom foot like so, okay, onto the other side. And then I adjust. I can go up, I can go around, so that it's comfortable for me. I'm going to move my hair, so I have just lovely long hair, but it gets in the way of your shoulder rest. So I'm going to move my hair back, make sure this is secure, and then I'm going to test it. All right, so ideally, when you're playing your violin or viola, okay, you're going to put it on your shoulder. See my shoulder? My clavicle. All right, it's not going to go out here. This is not the way we're doing it. I'm going to go shoulder, and it follows my arm. Okay, so that when I'm playing, it's not over this way. It's going to be straight out. Okay, and if it feels comfortable, I should be able to hold this with my chin. Okay, that's why it's the chin rest. Yeah, okay. With my chin and my shoulder and my neck kind of all working together. And the shoulder rest helps with that. Your sponge will also help with that. I know some of you prefer the sponge. Some of you prefer the shoulder rest, but need a refresher on how to put it on. And if you can do this without a shoulder rest or sponge, kudos to you. I have found that that's not really the case with many students, because it tends to go like this. And you're like, I can do it. But it doesn't work the same. So it's going to be straight out. Okay. So that's the first part. And then we're going to take our lovely bow that we all have. Okay? Whether you're bass, cello, viola, or violin, you have a bow. And then this is what I usually tell my students, so hopefully you'll remember. That we want to make sure first that it's loosened. I tightened it because I was practicing a little bit. We want to make sure it's loosened when it's not playing. So you want to make sure that the hair is very close to the stick. See that? Pretty close. If I was to do the pencil test at this point, and I go through the middle, it would be stuck, right? Because we're not using it. So the hair is down, right? It's sleeping. Okay. But now that we're going to use it, I'm going to twist. I'm going to hold this in my left hand. I'm going to twist with my right hand. This is the screw part, right? This bottom part right here. The screw. And we're going to twist it to the right. And you'll know that it's going the right way because the hair is moving away from the stick. You have to really watch it though. Okay. And if it's going the other way, if it's like super close, closer, 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 this is not good. We don't want this. Okay. It's not going to sound good. And if you go too far, your hair will fall out. Not a good thing. Okay. All right. So, how do we know that it's tight enough, Mrs. Ells? What's step 2? Do you remember step 2? Yes, the pencil test. Okay, so now I'm going to take a pencil, a normal, like, no extra stuff on it pencil. I usually go with number 2 instead of a mechanical because the mechanical pencils have that extra thing on it. So if you have one, all right, I want you to put put the pencil right through the middle. Okay, this is the middle. This is not the middle. This will always fall. This is the middle, okay? And then drop it. And if it drops through, you're ready for step 3, okay? Now it's a little different for cellos and basses. The basic principle is the same, but you want like maybe 2 pencils worth, all right? Okay, so that's step 2, and then step 3 is the rosin. So what I recommend is 10 times up and down, okay? I got this lovely rosin from my mom for my birthday because she knows I love string instruments and violins. So I have some beautiful new rosin. Ooh. But you take whatever rosin you have because it all works just fine. And you're going to go up and down 10 times. And if you're doing it right, you'll start to see that your bow hair, it's whiter because that means the rosin is doing its job. Okay? And if you get white powder on your instrument after you do this, that's good. That means the rosin is working. I think that's 10. So now I have a nice white sheen, okay, to my bow. All right. So that is how I rosin my bow. And then I put the rosin away, because remember kids, rosin is very fragile. If you leave it on the stand, or if you leave it on, I don't know, wherever surface and it falls, most likely it will break. Okay, so I'm going to put this away. Right. And then I'm going to do a warm-up. So my favorite warm-up of all time is the D scale. All right, and since you all have book 1, or remember it, this is book 1, page 21, all right, and it's the D major scale. So I'm going to do 3 variations, but the first one is the D major scale. Yeah, it goes 4 quarter notes, 2 half notes, 4 quarter notes, 2 half notes. That's the rhythm. Okay, and I'm going to play it on the violin, but I'll play it on all instruments. So I'll start with the violin. Let me make sure. I'm going to go into playing position. And when you're in playing position, no part of my left hand is touching. This is no good. This is called pancakes. We don't want that. Alright? I want to cup the robin's egg. You don't want it to break or smash. Okay. And when you put your fingers down, we want the tips of our fingers, violins and violas, tips of our fingers. Okay. We want to get our bow grip set. Remember, pinky goes on top. Okay. So I'll do the D scale. So I'm going to count. I'll count you in. So play along with me for fun. 1, 2, ready, play. D. the D major scale for that rhythm. So what I like to do is I like to change up the rhythm, especially in orchestra. I like to do a different one. So this one is going to be 2 half notes per note, like 2 half note Ds, 2 half note Es, 2 half note F sharps, etc., etc. We repeat the top D when we go back down. So remember, this D scale goes all the way up from D to D, not skipping any notes, and then goes all the way back down. Okay. So here's the half note variation. We go 1, 2, ready, play. Final variation, I like to go a little bit faster for the last one. So the one I'll do for now, why don't we do the Mississippi hot dog variation. So Mississippi hot dog is what I lovingly call the rhythm. It goes 4 eighth notes and 2 quarter notes. So I'm going to do Mississippi hot dog all on D's, and then for E, like that, okay? So I'll count you in. Follow along with me. It's maybe a little tricky for my 4th graders, but you can do it because we were working on it. Okay. All right, so let's do it together. I'll count you in. 1, 2, ready, play. That's our warm-up when we start for violin and viola. Thanks for watching.